No idea.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another awesome interview. Here with a member of Heavy Moss, which is a insane, almost psych pop Australian, just awesome group of people making awesome music with a new album out very, very soon in November, which is extremely exciting. So I'm here with none other than Mr. Kyle Tickell. How are you doing?
Yeah, go on. You nailed that. It's Jay, right? Because it's not
Uh-huh.
Jai, it's Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, cool. I wanted to make sure I got that right. Yeah. No, it's nice to be here, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I haven't had an interview in years, so this is
Years?
this is good. Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's been a long time since I've been properly playing music in groups and stuff rather than just like writing by myself. So, back into the swing of this stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, everyone's missed out on that opportunity, huh? Because I mean, you already seem like such a cool guy, and I mean, I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm pumped too. I think it's a funny thing, like I guess, like you get busy doing other stuff and you of course like you always want to be making stuff, which I have been always just like in the background, meet other people, work with my brothers or whoever, to make stuff and it never sees the light of day, but that doesn't matter. But now having met Lukey and Sam and Beck, it's kind of like, those guys, particularly obviously Lucas and Beck are always playing. They're out there, and it's like getting a record together seems a lot easier for one, but much more fun. And yeah, so it is exciting. I'm as excited as you are to see it
Yeah,
come out
I know.
for
I
sure.
am so pumped because I know that Heavy Moss has been like teasing here and there for the past couple of years about something, and then we finally
Mm,
get like a full-fledged album, which is extremely exciting. But I want to touch on what you talked about, right? With kind of life getting in the way and Luke and the rest of the members kind of being super busy and helping
yeah,
out with that. So how did that kind of I mean, how did Luke and um people get the ball rolling in a sense, to get this album and to sit down and work on it? Just because I know I relate to you with how busy everything is in this day and age where you don't really have
mm,
time or sometimes you're just tired and you can't really make the
yeah,
communication or whatever it is. But you guys did it,
yeah,
it really is a
yeah,
feat.
yeah. Okay, so I think so Sam and I met at work. So we work in advertising or like design,
Mhm.
and we were kind of partners at the agency we were at. And he'd obviously played in the band with Lucas and Atolls like earlier on, and then Lucas had gone on to do Gears. And I was sort of like, yeah, Sam and I started sharing music back and forth as we kind of like, met each other and found out that we both played and weren't releasing anything and doing anything. So we started sharing demos back and forth. And then he kind of got a message from Lucas at some point, and Lucas was like, I want to start something. Start putting my own stuff out, again. So they were like, oh, well, I'm already sharing, Sam and I were like, we're already sharing music. So now I shared demos with Lucas. He shared his demos with me. And I was like, yeah, cool. This is interesting. Like very different styles, I would say. But like there was, I think at the core of, and also Sam's music too. So Sam makes like incredible um, like sample based stuff, and so that's probably maybe somewhere we might take the band at some point as well. But like, um, yeah, so it was like, cool, let's do it. That was 2022, right? That was like I was in Europe. Well, when I get back, let's do it. And that was pretty much it. And then we started like he had, I think, Morning Milk, and I had written Summer like quite early on. I think it might have not even been in the demos that we shared, but then yeah, so they were the two, and then we just started jamming on those, and then later Beck joined. And it wasn't there's nothing incredible about the tail. Like I think Lucas wanted to just like do something, different to Gears and get his own stuff going. I was the same. I had so much stuff there, it was kind of ready to go. Like I don't know if you probably wouldn't have heard the record yet in full. I don't know. I don't know
I
if it's like
tried to get my
out.
hands on it, and I think it's like under lots of covers because I kind of got denied. So
Yeah,
I'll hear
fair
it. I'll hear it when
enough.
everyone else hears it. I'm still gonna ask again, because I'm gonna be
Yeah,
interviewing Lucas in the Atlanta show.
yeah,
So I'm gonna see if I can
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
um,
Dude, yeah.
wiggle in and try to sneak it out.
Yeah, I don't know who's in control of that stuff, but I'm sure someone will give you like a sneaky test pressing or something. But anyway, you can I'll send you mine if you don't get it.
Oh, for sure.
Um, yeah. Anyways, that was it. That was pretty much it, man. And we just got in my shed here in Geelong. Started playing, and then once it kind of felt good, it was like, okay, this can be really sick. Everyone kind of offers something really different. I think, Beck coming in as well, like has a really good understanding of pop, being playing with Mia Ray and people like that, which is kind of my background as well. So, yeah, it was very organic, I would say,
That's
in short,
very nice
really,
to
really
hear.
organic. Yeah,
And
and like good, just great people, man. Like I moved to Geelong 4 years ago. These guys are kind of from here. Um, and yeah, like I've got, friends here now, which is good. You need some mates around. So yeah, it's good in every way.
I know I need to get to jamming again because I'm in high school, and so that is a little bit trippy with trying to focus school and sports and interviewing
Yeah,
and concerts
for
with
sure.
jamming. And I get it's
Yeah.
like the same thing, but once you do it, it feels so like fulfilling and peaceful and relaxing. It really is like the best drug, honestly. And
Yeah, go, sorry, mate.
no, I was gonna go to another question. So I mean, if you wanna
Oh, right.
go
Yeah, no,
ahead.
no, you're right. I just think like you, yeah, it's only going to get busier, right, as you get older. And it's like so important to either pursue it 100% or if you don't, just keep it up. Just like always make time for it.
Mhm.
All the other things that end up being your passions, like doesn't like I feel like I've done more. I got a baby, I got another one on the way, and like I feel like I've done more in the last kind of 2 years than I have in a long time because I think you can kind of also get a little bit like too comfortable with your life being like a certain pace. So yeah, you gotta just make the time for it. And what do you play?
I'm one of those guys that plays a lot of stuff, but I do violin like competitively with lessons, and then I kind of transfer that over to guitar. So I play
Yeah, sick.
a lot of guitar.
Yeah, right. That yeah, awesome, man. That's great. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You'll be like
Yeah.
the next Warren Ellis.
That would be sick. I've been trying to get him on the podcast actually because he is
Have
such
you
a major
really?
inspiration. He's so cool, but I can't find anything on him. He is like a secretive man. One day.
Totally, it would be. I can, yeah, one day, absolutely, man. Yeah, he's one of my big idols as well.
Have you seen Nick Cave? Like live?
Yeah, I've seen, yeah, and I think I've seen the Dirty Three as well at some point. Um, but yeah, I've seen Nick Cave once, just once, and it was a really really good show, really good. Like kind of, I knew it was gonna be good, but like it really blew me away, and like say, kind of forget how many great songs he's got. And oh, no, I've seen him twice,
Ah,
because I saw him, yeah, saw him with as with the Bad Seeds, and I saw him on the Carnage tour with
uh-huh.
Warren Ellis. Yeah, so I've seen him a couple of times.
So lucky because he announced the United States like aspect of the Wild God tour, and he's
Yeah.
coming nowhere near Atlanta. So
Okay.
I am
Damn.
praying that someone changes his mind and he'll like add in an
Yeah.
Atlanta date because that would be like
Yeah.
if he does an Atlanta date, then I can figure out who's like the tour manager and I can figure out who's like the booking agent and I can sneak in. But other if
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
doesn't, I'm praying. And now with your background in advertising, that is something really interesting because I noticed I really love the album art. Like it is
Yeah.
very simple, but it really conveys the message. Did you have anything to do with that with your like advertising background?
Yeah. So, well, Sam designed the whole thing, like the entire cover. Like I get very involved, and so Sam and I still work together now. So technically, I'm Sam's boss. He's creative director, but he's way better than I am at basically everything. And so with that stuff, yeah, we were in there from the start and kind of coming up with a concept for it. He actually landed on Dead Slow as the album name as well because there was a bunch of stuff floating around. And yeah, like I sort of said it in the recently in like some press release that we did or something, but it's not a reflection of how fast we moved on the record at all. Actually, we moved pretty quickly on the record, just took a long time to come out, but the concept for Deslo is more about the kind of almost Deslo is like a thing on a ship. It's actually like a you pull the handle and you can go dead slow, like, and it
Oh
means
yeah, yeah, yeah,
basically
yeah.
almost not moving. And that's like when you park a boat, and it's kind of like a metaphor for life at times. And this whole idea of like walking around the suburbs really, really slowly and just, or that kind of thing. And I think then Sam took that away, and where we landed was like probably more because it's like there's two parts to it. I'm sure you've seen like the insert is like kind of like a proper psych kind of
Yeah,
vibe.
it's cool.
And then the outer cover is like super minimal, which is like kind of like probably like my vibe. And then the indie cover is probably more like Luke and Sam's vibe, and I think Beck's somewhere in the middle. So it's like a really nice representation of not just like I think the music, because the music is also I feel like it's quite a duality in the tracks. Like it's like you can really hear probably mine and Lucas's writing, which is quite different. Um, but still, it sort of still meets in the middle with like storytelling and stuff, and then Sam as well, who contributed one of the tracks as well. So there's a bit of I say it's probably more duality because you'll kind of hear there's like very spacious kind of more probably indie rock, indie psych kind of stuff, and then there's like 60s kind of psych and it's more Lucas, and I feel like the inner cover's like Lucas's spirit, the outer cover's like my minimalist kind of spirit. I don't know. Maybe I'm going too far into
Man,
that,
you
but
got me
yeah,
hungry on
it's
it. Like, I
yeah,
love
it's cool.
so Australia has just
Mm,
you guys are so lucky with with the psychedelic porn crumpets, with King Giz, with Heavy Moss, with trying to think of another Australian. I've worked with a couple like Australian bands. Callum Rooney, who's a graphic designer. I think he may be in
mm,
New Zealand. He's somewhere there. But like you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
are blessed truly with some of the most incredible bands out there making music right now,
yeah.
you know,
Oh, for sure,
like
definitely,
actively.
man.
And it is just absolutely inspiring and incredible. And so I'm sure you know that fans need to hear this live, right? And so King Giz did the announced Fields of Vision, I believe, like that kind of
Yeah,
festival.
yeah.
If you did not sign an NDA, can you disclose that we'll be seeing some Heavy Moss there?
I don't know. Is that a camping one?
Yeah,
I don't. I don't. There hasn't been any mention of it, but there has been mention of shows soon, which is sort of more so. I don't know about NDAs and shit. I really don't know. But I think for example, like Garmin Ambrose just brought out there. I don't know if you've listened to that,
it's
but
great. It's so
they just
good.
brought it. Yeah, yeah, it's good. So I think we're going to be playing shows with them. Um, and then, but in terms of Fields of Vision, I mean, I think Sam brought that up the other day, and it's like, can we please play this? And I was like, mate, I don't know if I'm gonna, because where is it?
I want to say Colorado. I'm not
Yeah,
sure because I mean, like you see the prices and you see that it's a multi-day festival, and I'm out because I'm a
yeah.
student, so it's like I don't want to get too jealous about it and then dwell on it. So I kind of just have
Yeah,
to push it away, and then I'm just keeping an eye out for what's going to happen next with it because I am pretty intrigued.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. It sounds really cool. Yeah. If I'm, I don't wish actually, but like, if we were 10 years younger, no kids, not want another one on the way, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to Colorado for sure. I love Colorado. Um, so yeah, I'll keep you in the loop on that stuff. But
Thank you.
at this point, I have no news as
Do you
to whether
think
we'll be
it'll
playing.
be
But that'd be
like
sick.
a US tour or more of a localized one?
Probably local for now. Just because the other thing is like this record generally was very much a like a it wasn't some tracks definitely we kind of came out of jams like Star, which is the lead
Yeah, which
single.
is I've been listening to that, day and night. It
Oh,
really is like
good.
a great
That's all.
single.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's a cool song. But that song was like um, one of mine, and the early demos were like double the speed, and it was like almost like a new wave style, like chorus guitars, real jagged, and then I took it into rehearsal, And then everyone was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Half the time. And then slowed it right down and became more of a 70s kind of like, I don't even know what it is, like a bluesy kind of thing.
Mm.
Um, and and that's one that like came out of jamming, but the record was much more like kind of like kind of fractured in a way, and like it was like you give something to the band, someone would lay something down, another person would lay something down, and this is all done because Lucas is away a lot of the time, Beck's away a lot of the time. Um, we work really hard on the side as well, so you're always sort of like trying to find little slots of time, and it ends up being like me sitting in the garage overdubbing on this treadmill single, for example. It's about to come out, like doing all my dubs, sending it back to the band, more dubs on top. So, what was the question again? I've gone off track, but
No, I love going off track. I think it was Field Division or like a US tour or something of the
yeah,
sorts.
yeah. Sorry, that was what I was going to say. So, in terms of like the time, just purely on time and like rehearsing all that sort of stuff, we've sort of committed to a couple of things, but we just have to be really mindful that everyone's is really busy and for me, like I have a high standard of like wanting to play live. And it's like to get to that level, you've got to be, I think you got to be rehearsing like a lot. And like, I think it's definitely doable, no doubt. But like, yeah, it still freaks me out to think of like how hard we'd have to work to get to that point. And that's just the realities of like being a little bit older and being in a band. I think it's just like you don't have the available time unless you're in a full time band, right? Unless you're gears, and that's your job. You
Uh,
just go every day and you write music, and so for us it's a little bit different in that sense, and we've got to be. It's like, okay, do we make another record or do we like tour the record? Because like that's the available time that you've got and the kind of decision that you have to make on that. I'd like to make another record. I'd like to start like tomorrow. Um, but I'm sure the other guys just want to play. Like Sam's just like, I just want to play shows. Like I just want to go on tour. I'm like, okay. So anyway,
I
that's
mean, yeah,
that's
I
that.
totally get that hunger. And then you brought up a great point with Giz being a full-time, activity, full-time thing. Do you like the duality of your life with, this very cool advertising job alongside this very cool band? Or do you wish that almost one side would take over and you could really focus all on that?
No, it's a really good question. I much prefer. I mean, it's probably more than duality. It's probably like it's many things. It's like I'm a absolutely generalist. Like even with playing music, I'm definitely not a great guitarist or definitely not a good keys player or a producer or in any regard. But I like, and in my work with ads, it's like I'm a pretty good. Like I guess my trade's like a writer, but I'm not the best, and I much prefer like learning about all different stuff and production and things like that. So I definitely like just a personality thing. Like don't. I mean, it would be sick to, yeah, of course it'd be sick to be in like a successful touring band and like that's your job every day you wake up. But even if I did that, I reckon I'd end up being like, okay, what else is there within music that I could pursue? Is it like making instruments or something? Not that I do that, but like, is it like, can I get into like another avenue, of music? Because I think
Mhm.
obviously there's a shitload of music you can explore, right? Yeah, like I love writing, right? So is it like, do you go become like do what you do, journo? So I think I'm just too interested in lots of different things to really sit still. So I think it works, and plus, it's like I get to go to work and still do commercial creativity, and then this is very much just artistic, outlet. So yeah, it's a hard one to answer, but I think I honestly don't. Like I'm old enough now as well to like know pretty well who I am, and I think that who I am is I do need a couple of things going on to really kind of balance the ship. Plus, I got a family, so and that's the other thing. Like that in itself is just like a massive suck on your time. I say suck, that's the wrong word. I shouldn't say that. My wife will kill me. But like, it's like it's a big. You need a lot of energy for that too. So
Well,
and I love that. I love.
as Lou Barlow told me when I interviewed him, he said, being a father is a mind fuck. I think about that so
Totally.
much every single day. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure your parents do as well. Yeah, it definitely is in like the best way, but it's also, you know, like you just gotta balance these things. I like, yeah, a diversity of things going on is very important for me, and like I probably need to stop being because I work in got a full time job, then I've got my own business on the side, which is in ads as well, well, brand, and then Moss and Moss can kind of like we about to put the album out and we usually go on tour and you'd be flat out, but we're like cool, we'll put it out and we're just kept keeping up with the pushing it out there and doing stuff like this and that's good. But it's a weird thing as well. Like there's like I'll hit a point where I'm like, okay, cool, I need to like buckle up and get back into music again. Like it'll just like or go like something else. Like I'll need to like so yeah. So that'll start to happen pretty soon, I reckon. You can kind of feel it coming on.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know how it is. Like you love doing everything and kind of figuring out what do you want to focus on for now and then what do you want to focus on for later. I totally get that because I do debate. I'm one of those guys that just I love being busy with a shitload of things
Yeah.
and I do like maybe 15 activities and
Yeah.
it's like every month I'll pick something that I really want to focus on. Like in summer it was debate and I did like a national tournament
Mm.
and that was like what I did every single day. And then with fall it's been like
Yeah.
rowing and interviewing and I don't know what it'll be for winter, probably working out, but whatever it is,
Mm.
it's so fun to keep things interesting, keep things busy. That's like the name of the game for me at least. And
Yeah.
you bring up a good point with, families and the concerts. What would be cool? Someone was talking about this in a forum. What if instead of because touring, for the next couple months will be like feasible. What if you do like a short 7-inch single run or like a short shirt run or just like little tiny goodies, that people can like
Yeah.
quickly
Yeah.
buy,
Yeah.
limited edition, maybe to a
Yeah.
charity or whatever, but something fun like
Yeah.
that, to keep everyone
Yeah.
satisfied. Because I would love to see another record, but I don't know if that's in the scope, with people that
No,
are that
man.
busy.
For sure. That's a really like all those things are absolutely like on the cards for us. Cause and like we were even doing like we're like do we do like a I don't know if you know like Domino or Veeps or those things, but like do a live stream
Yeah,
from like the shed or something for people and I don't know who would tune in, but I reckon that those things are like
people would tune in.
a lot of yeah, it's a lot of fun as well. Like I just love the idea of like beaming into someone's like lounge room or whatever that like actually even what I do when it was like COVID and like I watched like a Nick Cave show and live and stuff and it was there was something really nice about it. I've always been into that idea, but then we were discussing a 7-inch and we've got like a heap of material sitting there. It's which probably won't make a record because we're kind of with the next one. It's like it'd be nice to be a bit more consistent and a bit more like have some kind of approach. Not that the last one was just like, whoa, like whatever we've got going, we'll just like craft that stuff, and then if it fits together, great. If not, fuck it, like it's on the record, and so that's kind of what it sounds like, which is a good thing. Like I think it's like records I feel like should be a real moment in time, like for that group or for that artist. And I feel like it definitely is. It's definitely not the most polished record, but it's like it's a moment in time. And as like it's kind of the spirit of the like that Giz crew, like they just make stuff in the moment, and it doesn't matter whether it's perfect or not, even though they're getting pretty good at being super tight now. But I think it's that spirit. But I think the next one does. We're all pretty keen to just be like, cool. What's the we all know how each other plays now. Like a lot of it was figuring out how each other plays. But yeah, I think we should do something like that. I'll get the band thinking about what that might be, and we'll cut a single or something. Because as I said, I'd much prefer to do that. I'd much prefer to go in the studio for a day and just be like, all right, we're gonna get 2 tracks out of this session. Or go to the shed, 2 tracks out of this session, and
Shed.
then we
That'd
don't
be a
leave
good
the
name for like
shed.
a live album.
It totally would, man. It totally would. In fact, at the start of, I'll give it a little, um, what's it called? A little breadcrumb, but like the start of the whole Dead Slow record starts with this tiny little, oh yeah, the first track kind of kicks off with this little intro part, and the lyric is shedding down because I was just jamming this thing, and I was like shedding down, and I was like, you say shedding down as in like in the shed, and he's like, yeah, and I was like, fuck, that's crazy, but like it's a bit like that. It's like I don't know. That's the other thing about making music as well, man. Like, is it doesn't change from when you're like a 15-year-old. How old are you? 14?
About to be 15 in like a month.
Very mature, very
Oh,
mature 14-year-old. Like when
thank
I was
you.
14, man. Yeah. Actually,
Well,
I just started playing guitar when I was 14.
I started when I was like, well, during COVID because I had nothing to do. But I will say, uh, I it's almost like a half show, like in the sense that I am mature here, but like with my friends, we like mess around and we do dumb stuff and we get kicked out, and like that's the
Yeah.
fun, like the duality. That's like I get to be,
Yeah, yeah,
I get to feel important here, and then I get to go like,
yeah,
go to Walmart and get kicked out. Like that's the
yeah,
fun
yeah,
of
yeah,
it. I love
totally.
it.
Yeah, I'm the opposite because like I go to work and I have to be mature, and then every other day that I'm not at work, I'm really immature, and yeah, struggle to get through life. So that's not. It's don't grow up too fast. That's definitely. Actually,
Oh
you
no,
just won't. You just if you love music and you love art, you probably just stay
exactly.
really,
And
really
these
fun.
years have been feeling longer and longer, which is a good thing because like every day I laugh more and I like joke more and I play guitar more and I have less
Yeah,
homework. And so I've been
yeah,
really taking, advantage of it and going to more shows, uh, and just doing as much as I can with my friends because, it'll come
yeah,
down one day. But
yeah. No, hang out with your friends as much as you can. I think that's definitely the number one, and play as much music as you can as well. Learn learn instruments, but learn production. Get into like how to record stuff and like because I think if you've got that, like you can do anything. Because I spent a lot of time in like earlier bands writing and recording with other people and never really learning the tools as well until I was a bit older, and now we can put together stuff pretty well. But I think if you're young and you can get the full gist and like buy some equipment and just get set up, you're so off and away. It doesn't mean like you can record other bands then as well. So
do you have any other
that's my
tips
tip.
for like a starting out youngin?
That's definitely one that's like I think that's like a practical tip is just like
Uh,
learn how to record music and engineer music. And like that can be really simple to start off with. But I think like if you can, I feel as though if like, yeah, I was speaking to like a me at 14, I'd be like, dude, like invest in some equipment, get like really good at engineering. Um, and like production will come, I think comes naturally, right? Like you just kind of know you'll learn how to put a record together, I guess. But definitely the engineering side of it and mixing and things like that. Like, yeah, I think those things are even more important than actually playing, to a degree. Like, obviously, the playing is the most fun part, but also being able to record it and do it well is so vital. Particularly today when there's less money in like even indie music and stuff. It's like doing it, being able to do it at home and do it well is I think like a vital to getting music out. And even if it's just for your own enjoyment and playing your own stuff and recording, hearing it back and being able to tinker with it and making it sound like half good, I reckon that's a good thing. That's that tip. And then the other one is to not, I reckon like my spiritual tip is that's a practical tip, spiritual tip is like, it doesn't, you're a musician. Like you're a musician from the moment you start playing or thinking about music, and it doesn't matter if you don't have to be playing shows or no one has to know you or hear your music for you to be a musician. You can call yourself a musician, and I think being able to do that from the day you start is a good thing because like people spend way too much time being worried about being a musician, what that entails, but you are. So just put stuff out.
Hell yeah. Well, we're
Mm.
getting to the end of our time because Zoom, I will say this every single time at the end of my interviews, Zoom is just
Cut you off.
annoying. Yep. I'm not going to be spending like $4 a month until this channel starts making money. I cannot,
Yeah,
I'm not going to be, So
it's a good
it
idea.
has been an absolute honor to be speaking to you. I absolutely love
Oh,
this.
thanks,
I hope
Jay.
that one day you make it out to Atlanta, if it's with Heavy Moss, if it's with, something completely different. I hope I get to, shake your hand in real life. Or maybe I'll come to
Absolutely,
Australia.
man.
I need to come down
Dude,
sometime.
stay in the shed. You can stay in the shed.
Yeah. I don't know.
We can shut it down.
I got some friends I need to meet down there. If only I had money and I was older. But one day I'll be down
One
there.
day, mate.
So
Thanks so much, man. It
yeah,
was really
cheers.
nice. Really
It
nice to
was great
speak to you.
speaking to you.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I hope your first like interview in a while was like fulfilling
It was great.
and
Very
just
fulfilling.
as good as it was, you know, meant to be. I'm sorry, management, but I'm going to hawk you on trying to get trying to get a press album,
Yeah, yeah,
because I
yeah.
need to listen to it before. And then, again to viewers, Lucas and me will be having a chat in like 2 weeks. Very exciting. Less than 2 weeks, like a week and a half. So very exciting in person in Atlanta. So, stay tuned.
Yeah.
So
See you, Joe.
adios. Have a good day.
Bye, man.